experience the full power of the dark side.
This is where the fun begins.
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Sithcast podcast, a Star Wars podcast where we pretty much talk anything and everything Star Wars. One of your hosts, PJ, the Paradox Nerd, alongside my co-host, Sean Solo.
What's up?
Unfortunately, Nilda couldn't make it on tonight. She's not feeling well. Nilda, we're hoping that you feel better, a fast and speedy recovery, and we'll have you back on next week. So
Get well.
We got a returning guest, and usually this is rare. We don't really get back-to-back returns of a guest, but we have Sean Stone in the house. What's going on, Sean?
What's up, guys? Welcome back.
Yeah, I figure we had such a good time last week that we figured we'd just bring her back. We had to continue all the conversations. We had to stop ourselves from talking because we were like, oh man, it's 2.5 hours. I think
I know, right?
I jinxed myself by saying we're gonna try and do an hour and a half.
Never. I don't think we've ever said we're gonna do an hour and a half or whatever, and it's never panned out ever.
I know. We do have the crew, Dom, the Canola Crusader, might be hopping on tonight to kind of give us some some background info on what's going on with Disney, because obviously with the title is Disney selling Lucasfilms. There's been a lot of rumors going around, and they're strong rumors because apparently it's made its way to all the YouTubers out there and they're all talking about it. So
that's what they want you to do, get all that chatter going just to keep them relevant.
Yeah, but I mean, Dom was kind of giving me some insights about it, and it kind of does make sense of, I guess, what's going on. Like I said, we'll definitely dive into it a little bit later, but it's basically they're talking about, the Hulu deal that fell through, and Disney owes, Comcast a lot of money. I don't know, but we'll leave it up to Dom.
They didn't pay their cable bill, bastards. That makes two of us,
dude. The way the Comcast has been charging me for internet, and that's what I have right now. Man, they're making some buku money.
Comcast is the new Disney.
I know, seriously. So I didn't even know Man, I don't know. I didn't even know Comcast owns so much. Besides our internet, right, and cable. So, but to be honest, guys, seriously, I feel back then, when we had cable and all those channels, you were paying at least for me, I was paying $200 a month, with the triple play or whatever. And I was like, this is not worth it. So I started canceling out the phone. I started canceling out the cable because I had the internet. I was getting Hulu and, internet, subscriptions, TV subscriptions and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, I was I thought I was saving money, but I wasn't, because then when you start adding all of them up, it's equivalent to having that $200 cable bill.
Dude, it's expensive. My cable bill's outrageous. Now, granted, I have mine and my oldest daughter's cell phones are through our cable company. And then, I got the home security system. I got rid of the home phone because no one ever uses a landline anymore.
Yeah.
And then all the internet and the cable. Dude, mine's $400 a month.
Yeah, if you think about it,
but that's what cell phones too. You got 2 cell phones, and you got to pay for the cell phone plus the service, and it's still it's every time I got to pay it on the 19th every month, and I'm like, oh god, here goes $400. What could I have bought for Star Wars for $400?
Yeah, who would have thought that actually back in the day it was cheaper to have cable, the phone line, and maybe the internet,
The worst thing is I have digital cable because I got rid of the coaxial cable. So when the internet goes out, I can't watch TV. Where back in the day, if the internet goes out, you still could watch TV.
I know.
Now I'm screwed on all ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
And I guess like, it's kind of like making me question is that like with all the subscriptions, like, can anyone afford all these subscriptions?
Problem is we're all paying for it and we forget about what we've subscribed to, and because it's small increments, $5 a month or $9 a month, but then you've got like 10 of them that you're doing. You're spending $100 a month just on subscriptions like Netflix and Amazon. And
Yeah. And it's crazy because it's like it adds up, and then at some point you're gonna have to like sacrifice and say, hey, listen, I'm not gonna subscribe to this. To be honest, I've been ever since Disney Plus came out, I've been like I signed a 2-year contract where I think they had a deal where if you signed up like before they launched Disney Plus, it was like $4 a month. So I was like, shoot,
yeah, like
I'll
an
sign
early
up for
bird.
that.
Yeah.
So now it's been more than 2 years since Disney Plus has been out. Obviously I'm paying the full price every month. Was it like $12 a month?
Yeah.
I don't think. No, I think that's if you have Hulu and all other stuff in it. I just have Disney Plus. I think it's $8.99.
Yeah, I was thinking $7.99 or $8.99.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So all right, let's say $8.99. Now you got to add like Netflix, right? If you have Netflix, then you got to add HBO Max, and then you got to add Peacock, because now they move Yellowstone to Peacock, right?
Yeah.
So now that's that. Then CBS has its own streaming channel. So if you're screwed if you're like a fan of Star Trek, right? Because Star Trek is being streamed through there. It's just a lot, and that's why like these companies are just like trying to pump out as much content so they can win your subscription. And with that being said, like I feel like with Disney Plus, I'm not fully happy with it.
Well, we're not happy with the content. Imagine if every Star Wars series was fantastic. We'll be like, Disney Plus is awesome.
But even then, like some of the other stuff, I'm not really like, like I don't go there. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna have a Disney Plus night. Who says that? I mean, there's always still Netflix and chill, right? Like I still like Netflix. I think Netflix, just because it's been around for so long, the library for Netflix is huge, right? There's a lot of like new shows
but you know what the worst thing is like we have just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of channels, and half the time I'm channel surfing and go, there's nothing on. But growing up, we had 3 channels. You had the 3 major networks, and it was like you either watch one of those 3 channels, whatever it was, or you didn't watch anything. Now we have just hundreds, and we're like, there's nothing on. We're like, we're so spoiled.
How about you, Sean Stone? Like, do you have like a lot of subscriptions?
I did. I canceled my Netflix. What else did I cancel? I had YouTube Premium. I don't know why. I was just finally got rid of that. And then I canceled my Amazon, and then my whole house shut down.
Oh,
so I was like, oh shit. So I had to call them back. Don't cancel. So I had to reinstate it because I couldn't watch TV. I couldn't do anything with my house because it's a smart home.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So that really sucked. But other than that, I mean, I don't really have a lot. I have Fubo TV or I forgot what the heck it's called, but it's where I watch, live television.
Yeah.
So that cost me $77 a month.
Yeah.
And that it has a sports package, so I get to see like everything: soccer, baseball, basketball, pretty much almost every sport. But I mean, that's about it. I don't really have a lot of those subscriptions anymore. So besides maybe Disney Plus and Amazon.
Yeah.
Because how much you guys are paying for internet?
I don't even know. It's in that
$71.
Yeah, I'm paying like, because my kids they play video games or they're on their phones. So I got 3 kids, so I'm paying like close to $100 a month.
Yeah.
So
Because I pay for the extra tier, so you get more bandwidth. You know.
yeah, that's what I'm paying. Like,
Mhm.
so it's like 70 if you want the slow
Yeah.
internet,
Yeah.
and then if you want the high speed, then you got to pay extra $20.
Mhm.
Now, the only reason why I'm bringing this up because it's like $100 for cable, plus like $20 for Netflix, another 12, and Disney Plus another 8 or 9, and then that's not including like say you decide like, man, I miss like having like my old channels and all this stuff. Like I want to be able to watch sports, so that's like Hulu or YouTube TV, which is another $60 to $70 a month.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So in reality, it's like $200,
Mhm.
200,
Yeah.
200 plus dollars. That's not including your cell phone bill, which is for me, I got a family of,
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
That is,
That's a healthy bill.
oh my gosh. Anyway, the only reason why, like I said, that I'm bringing this up is because I feel like, there's a lot of people that's like really like it's been catching up. Obviously, inflation is around the area, and now, a lot of people are kind of like, canceling a lot of subscription. Like, well, I don't really watch Netflix or I don't really watch Disney Plus that much. Let me cancel it and I'll only subscribe to whenever, Mandalorian's back on or
Yeah.
Ahsoka,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right? And now it's just it's kind of like making you think now. It's that like, all those time is like all these people pumping out content. It's just to pump out content, and I think that's where like Star Wars was kind of like affected by all this. So I don't know. I canceled Disney Plus after I saw Lizzo and Jack Black.
I think a lot of us did.
I think I checked out of Mandalorian season 3 after I saw that.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's just kind of like it makes you think now. There's such an overabundance of everything now, right? When it comes to Hot Toys figures or collectibles or
Mhm.
I mean, who could consume that much stuff?
Yeah.
Content, subscriptions,
It's like a
and
rat race, man.
and at some point, do you think like the bubble will just burst and like like where people are like, I can't afford that, cancel, 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 cancel. Oh, I can't buy all these Hot Toys figures, cancel, cancel, cancel pre-orders, and just like,
If that does
I did
happen,
that.
if that does happen, then that same person is still going to get the subscriptions again later on, or start collecting again later on, because it's kind of it's almost wired in you.
yeah, but I mean, you're going to be a collector, obviously, and you're going to always watch TV and stuff. But like, does that limit you to how much TV and how many collectibles you watch? Right?
Yeah,
Because to be honest, there's so much content, I can't watch all of them.
dude, that's what I
Everyone's
was
like,
saying.
know,
Yeah.
I do know a coworker of mine that actually just like all she does is watch TV. She's like, "Did you watch a new Netflix show?" I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't have time. Like, I don't have time to watch all these shows.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, did you watch? Oh, that's a good HBO Max movie or show. You got to watch it.
You're like, no, I've got 3 kids. I don't watch anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean that. Like, I don't even have time. To do a lot of things. No, but it's just kind of crazy. Like, at some point, I feel like the bubble's gonna burst for everything. I don't know.
Mhm.
That's just me. But I know, Sean, you raise your hand. So
No, I'm guilty. I had tons of Hot Toys on pre-order, and I canceled every single one of them.
Did you?
yeah.
Yeah, I just got to a point where Hot Toys. You say this all the time, PJ. You're like, and another one, and another one. You know what I mean? They keep, you know what I mean? Like they'll come out with these, and they'll space them out, and then you're like, oh yeah, I could afford that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And next thing you know, it's like one after the other, boom, 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 and you're just like, wow, like now I have no money because it just all went out to Hot Toys.
Yeah.
So,
like, yeah. I mean,
I don't know. I just, sometimes you have to kind of think logically. And I was like, well, Hot Toys, because I have my hand in everything, not just Hot Toys. And I was like, man, I don't need every single Hot Toy.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm kind of with you there now, hand in everything. Because
Yeah.
even with that new Bespin Luke, like I had it on my wish list when it first came out. I've watched some reviews on it online, and I'm like, man, it is like I'm right so close to ordering it, and I'm just like, don't do it. but I'm fighting.
already
I'm fighting that right now. But
But
then,
you see-
but it looks so good. Like I honestly think the head sculpt looks better than the DX07.
Sean, see this is you're kind. So remember, I told you I was
I
like,
haven't done it. I haven't done it. I'm just
I
telling
know you haven't done, but
I
it's,
want to do
so
it.
tempting.
It
It's
is.
so tempting. But let me ask you: you already had Bespin Luke, right? You
Mhm.
have the old version.
Yeah.
Now, what happens if they do that to the New Hope figures?
See, that's why I have to stop. I'm really talking myself off the ledge right now. I'm like,
Yeah, it's
'cause
crazy.
the worst
Because
was like I was content with like, okay, I'm not going to get it. I got the
Mhm.
X07. I'm
Yeah.
fine. But then when you watch the reviews, that's when you get roped in because you get the
Mhm.
closer look at it. It's all in 4K and everything looks badass. And you're like, oh, should I?
Mhm.
But then now I'm like, when I stop watching it and let a few days go by, I'm like, I really don't need that. But then it pops up again on Facebook, and you're like, oh, there it is. It's like
Yeah.
like you're getting tempted every time.
Yeah.
But
Plus, then you got like all these like collectors posting their pictures of their
yeah, and you're like, it's cool, but
uh
for me to move on, I've got to learn to say no as
You-
much as I want it.
You know what gets me though with that Bespin Luke is when you get a review on it and then they're like, well, the weathering on it is actually pretty nice. You just don't see it in the actual photos or videos.
Yeah.
But it's quite weathered, and you're just like, no.
Yeah, don't do that.
No.
You know what
You know what
gets
I mean?
me on the figure? The head sculpt the sculpt does look better. And then I love that Bespin base it comes with.
Mhm.
Like we were talking about it last week, like the Boba Fett has it, but that one's just done so much nicer. I'm like, that was pretty
Mhm.
cool. But
yeah. I mean, even
I'm
for me
saying
too.
no. I'm saying
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, dude, I'm like tempted. I have director Krennic. I'm like tempted to sell that figure,
No.
just because I'm like,
Yeah, hit J2SO up. I don't know if he's got it. I think he wants him.
oh, he wants them. I
Yeah,
might
well,
hit him up. It's a
Nailbot-
great looking
Nailbot wants
figure.
him too. Yeah.
It's a great looking figure because you actually have two outfits for him.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh man.
The only hot toy I do want to get, I want to replace that Sideshow Darth Maul with that DX16 Darth Maul. I do want to, because that body is so ungodly.
Yeah.
Like,
I say just hold on. I might even sell you mine.
yeah, before you sell it, let me know, because I mean that's Maul. That's my guy, so I gotta have a good Maul.
I got both of them.
Do
I got
you?
the Sideshow and Hot Toys, yeah.
Dude, I would.
Yeah.
The Sideshow looks good, but the problem is, after all these years, that body is like, like I can't even pose him. Like his legs go, they split out, like he's doing a split.
Oh yeah, that's one thing I
It's
hated
so
about
good.
that figure. It was probably one of my early reviews. I was like, man, this figure sucks.
Yeah,
because
I don't
like
because
not
I
the
have
portrait, like I'm talking about like the actual like body.
Yeah. The portrait looks good. The clothing
Yeah, the
looks
portrait
good.
looks good.
I'm happy
Everything-
with the figure, but the body's just shit. It's bad.
Yeah.
But what sucks is like I have them posed and everything's in a diorama, so I don't use the stand. So I have to balance them and pose them just right. And then when that body's getting loose, it's just like I say, he's going to split. It's like I have to push his foot up against the back wall just to kind of get him to stand up.
Mhm.
So if I do buy another hot toy, that's going to be the one.
Yeah.
I'm saying no to the new Luke. As much as I like him, I have to say no.
Because you know what? It won't stop there.
If I say yes to it,
Yeah.
I'll
because
keep that train rolling. It'll be rolling slow, but it'll be rolling. But
yeah, because then the 45th anniversary of New
know.
Hope, and then now they release a whole bunch of all those old like New Hope figures.
Yeah,
Now
I need to be content with those.
Yeah,
I mean, I bought the Gamorrean Guard, but I've been waiting for that for 2 years, and it's actually an accent piece to that diorama, so I had to buy that.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to hold off on the Luke, and then the only other one I really want is just to replace that Maul.
Yeah, I mean, I have way too many things.
I know.
But actually, to be honest, Sean, I was, like I know we're talking about it. Like I'm actually I've been working in my room, but dude, can I tell you guys? I'm gonna be 180% honest with you guys. I stopped. You know why?
Why?
Freaking Diablo 4 came out, man. Oh, mother effer.
Dude, we were talking about it today. Like I played Diablo from day one, like when it came out, but it was on a Mac platform, and all I work on is Mac. So, and Diablo 2, like, I mean, I wouldn't be on Sithcast if I start playing Diablo 4 because I mean
Dude,
that's how hooked I get on that. It's like all night and just every day. But
yeah,
they're
you know,
not
last
making
week,
it for Mac.
yeah, well, they'll probably make it, but it'll be
By then I'll be so far behind everybody. I'm like, damn.
no, you'll catch up.
I know.
But anyway,
I'm a nerd.
but the thing too is that like my friend was like, you know, last weekend I'm like, all right, I'm gonna work on my room and start hanging up some stuff, you know, and then my friend was like, hey, you should get Diablo 4. I'm like, man, I love Diablo 3. I don't know if I could do it right now.
Dude,
He
Diablo.
said, he goes, just check it out. Just check it out. Dude, I was like, all right, fine. I bought it. I installed it. Saturday morning, I woke up, you know, made some coffee, started taking a couple of sips. I saw my Diablo 4 game finished downloading. I'm like, all right, let me tell you. 4 hours later, I was like, holy moly, I have to go pee.
That is so easy to do with that game. Like 3 weeks ago, that's when I found out they didn't make it for Mac. So I opened up the BattleNet app after, I don't know, a year, you know, and then I went to download it to buy it and it said it wasn't for Mac. And I was like, what? So I was so pissed because I was like, well, maybe that's a good thing because I'm starting this new job. I was like, I wouldn't be able to focus because I really get hooked on that stupid game.
I know, dude.
There's so much to it. It's so in depth, man. You can just.
It's even better this time.
Oh,
let me tell you. And sorry, we're getting a little sidetracked, but it's kind of related because I was like, yeah. And then next, you know, I'm like, freaking Diablo, man.
You're never.
By the way,
you're never gonna be. Get out of here, PJ. You gotta go. You gotta get rid.
Jar Jar.
You can't do.
Did you hang up on him?
Yeah.
No, I'm here. So.
You gotta swap us back.
Mr. Back. By the way,
like,
shout out to Nilda. She's the one who got me this shirt.
It's like the gangster Jar Jar shirt, all in.
That's a cool shirt, though. I mean, hey, look, you like Jar Jar Binks? It's okay,
dude. Can I tell you? I went to Boston with my friends to chill and you know hang out. I went to go work out in the you know the hotel, and I was like, man, I don't have any workout clothes. You know, I'm gonna wear my Jar Jar Binks shirt. I went to go work out. People were like looking at me so weird. They're like, because even if you don't know Star Wars, just to look at this, you know, that face, right?
Yeah.
They're like, what the hell is wrong with this guy?
Like, look at these. They're like, look at these virgins. It's like
that guy right there is a loser. No,
oh my god. To 808's question here.
Yeah.
I have none of these on PO. I'm selling actually all of my prequel stuff.
Yeah.
To be honest,
my Hot Toys.
Yeah.
So I have Dark Side Anakin. I actually.
You have Dark Side Anakin? You gonna sell that?
He's already been. Well, the guy's picking up on Friday.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say you put that on for sale. People are gonna like jump on.
I have Dooku also.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. So hey, let's read the question real quick for the listeners that aren't watching. So it says, question to the panel: what about Mace, Padme, Anakin, Obi-Wan Kenobi? Are these on PO for you? So to Sean's answer to that, he's not getting those.
Nope.
I'm not getting those.
I
want those. Don't get me wrong. 808. I want them. I'm just not going to get them because I'm going in a different direction. I have to stay focused.
I know it's so hard.
It's tough because Hot Toys, they get better and better, man. They
good. Do.
It's tough.
Yeah, it is really hard.
That's what she said.
You know, but
PJ set himself up for his own.
I set myself.
Yeah, animal.
Yeah, no, but it is difficult.
Yeah, man.
To stay focused like that because those are. I mean, look, the Anakin. First of all,
that Anakin looks good.
I'm definitely getting Anakin for sure because you know obviously I am an Anakin Vader fan, but at the same time too is that like I don't know if I want Padme. There's one I don't know, man. Like there's one thing with me and
I'm telling you, you start buying them, you're not gonna stop.
I know, and then Mace looks good. I don't know.
I'm right there right now with you because I'm like, oh, I want that Bespin Luke because I told you OT, I'm a sucker, and I'm like, I'm so close, like I want to get it, but if I can fight this storm here, then I think I can get through the rest as long as they don't give us
Mhm.
a new Hope Han Solo, a new version. I won't do
Yeah.
it, but it'll be tough to say no.
I think the only one that I actually might be really up to getting is the Return of the Jedi's Darth Vader. Because I have Sideshow's Return of the Jedi Darth Vader, so that would be one.
I would sell that one to get that one.
Well, I mean, I have sentimental,
Keep up-
for that Darth Vader, but
both.
Mhm.
I've got one,
But-
2, 3. I've got like 4
I got-
Darth Vaders.
I've got 3.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the thing too with me too is that like it's great because you start collecting all these things, but then once you start getting them, you're like, "F man!" Like either they're gonna think like I'm a Darth Vader fanatic or a Darth Maul fanatic or a Anakin fanatic or Ahsoka fanatic because it's easy to kind of just like, okay, I love that, I love it. Like right now, what I'm battling with is that like. I've been picking up like life-size busts for great deals, right?
Yeah.
And now I have like 0 room.
Yeah, they take space.
Dude,
they do.
but the thing too is I couldn't pass up on the deal.
Yeah.
I think Sean, I even showed you there was a deal on one of the Facebook groups. The guy was selling a life-size Boba Fett bust for $750.
Yeah.
That's cheap.
Oh, that's
That's
really cheap.
brand new.
Yeah. I was right in the middle of paying off some statues, and
Dude,
I
I
would have jumped on it, and then
Dude,
but space, like you said, they take up so much room.
Now he's selling a life-size Darth Vader statue, and I'm like, it's $800, right? It's the first one, right? The first life-size bust.
Oh, the
And
bus, yeah.
because they made a second one.
Mhm.
I'm like, oh my gosh. First of all, I hit him up. I was like, is this the EX, the one with the removable mask? And then has Anakin's portrait. He's like, nah. I was like, all right, maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah,
He was selling it for like
Yeah,
selling for $900. I was like, all right, okay, all right. Then he lowered it down to $800, and he's local.
damn. Yeah.
Oh my god, dude! And that's the same guy I bought the Han Solo and Carbonite for a steal of a price.
Boba Fett was so tempting, man.
Dude, I wanted you to get that Boba Fett.
I did, but I
so-
just got the 3PO in, and it kind of took Boba Fett's space. In that
Which
corner.
Boba Fett was it?
the sideshow one. The
Which
Return-
one though?
Return of the
Return.
Jedi.
Return of the Jedi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I still want that. I just don't have room
750,
for it.
Sean. Like you
I know.
can't
I know.
beat that. Cannot beat that.
No, but
Mhm.
I've been really good with my collection. Like I'm very, very content right now. Like my last piece I got in was the legendary scale Yoda, which I love.
Mhm.
I don't have anything on the horizon. Yeah, I have a few pieces coming in that I paid for,
Mhm.
but I don't have anything on the horizon. I'm like, oh, I got to get that. Star Wars related because
Dude,
I've been on this Indiana Jones thing now. Like I wanted some Indiana Jones props.
Oh, dude, I know. Obviously, Regal Robot's going to be releasing some awesome pieces pretty soon. But
sold.
I know, I'm sold on it too. But we can't talk about it because it's But it's awesome. Anyway, let's address the chat real quick, and then we'll talk about like our bounty pickups. First of all, thank you guys for tuning in. I know I hate to sound like every other YouTuber, but if you just show us a little love, a little support, just hit that like button. Sickcast late as usual. We
Thanks,
were
Evan.
on time. We were just waiting for our colleague that might be showing up a little later. He's late. We'll blame him. He's not here. Dom, we blame you for making us late. OG fan, when Star Wars was just Star Wars. Let's go. What's up, OG? We got RMD Collector in the house. What's up, RMD? We got Star Wars Addict 77.
Jeff's.
What's up, Jeff.
What's going on, buddy? We got OBP Kenobi Relics. Evening, everyone. We got rid of DirecTV and went digital, and so same, no internet, no TV or
It
anything.
sucks, right? Yeah, the power goes, the internet goes out. You're like, I can't watch TV.
Dude, DirecTV was catching on to my antics, man. So every single time, like, because they give you that trial price, not a trial price, like the introductory price,
Yeah.
where it's like, oh, you pay like $20 a month, $30.
Yeah.
And then after 6 months, it's like $100 a month. So every time, right before it's about to hit the $100 mark,
You cancel.
Yeah. You're like,
they're
I'm
at the
done.
cancel.
I'm out.
I'm like,
out.
hey, I'm sorry, man. I can't, it's just too much for me. And they're like, no, we want to keep you on, sir. We want to keep you on. We'll give you the $20-$30 a month for another year or another 6 months or something like
That's
that.
like Sirius XM. I go to cancel it every time the subscription's out, and then they give me this introductory rate, $7 a month now. Like,
Yeah.
why don't you just give me that all the time so I don't have to?
I
keep
know,
canceling?
exactly. You don't have to waste
You're
your
making
time, my
enough
time.
money.
Yeah. So anyway, like after a while, like, they were catching on. It's like, this guy's always throwing and cancel every single time.
Yeah.
And so they were like, okay, you're canceling. Bye. So I was like, damn. After I
Peace.
hung up, I was like, oh my God.
They called my bluff, sons of bitches.
They called my bluff. I started packing all this stuff in, and guess what? A week later, they send me an email, like a letter saying, "Hey, we hate to lose you." Yeah. So I signed up for another year, and then after that year, I think they were like, "That's it.
All right, we're done. We gave this guy enough chances."
Yeah, this guy's like, we got due back deliveries in the house.
Jason. What's up?
Who else is here? We got 808 Michigan Jedi.
808.
Aloha, guys. Yeah, agree with Sean. So 3 channels. There's nothing. There's nothing on the 100 channels worth watching.
It's baffling.
My wife says, "What's up to
Fred Durst?"
Triple S.
I canceled this. Yeah, I think we read that. Well, when people cancel certain channels, one, there's nothing that grabs their attention. Second, paying money for nothing worth seeing. Yeah, I agree.
It's the only time I really go to watch something on all the apps is when someone tells me, dude, you got to see, this is really good, or
Yeah.
And most of it's some special ops, cool stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have time. Like, I just don't have time to watch all these shows.
Too many shows, too many channels.
Too many shows, too many channels, too many Diablo, too much Diablo.
Too many games. Yeah.
Too many video games coming out.
Dude, first of all, Jedi Survivor, can I tell you, whoever made that stupid frog boss, I want to just like.
Are you going to be able to finish that though? Now that you've got Diablo,
I gotta put that Survivor in the back burner. It's just
you're not going to play it till next year.
I still have to finish the first one.
I know.
Me too. Me too. I'm not through with the first one.
But dude, I'm playing the Survivor game, and mind you guys, if you guys finished it, please no spoilers. I'm like still in the beginning part of the game. They're incorporating the High Republic. They're really pushing for that the era. To be honest,
do it.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm curious to see what what it's all about. Hey, Michigan Jedi says I'm going back to collecting stamps.
Hey, but no joke. I actually collect the Star Wars ones and I frame them.
Oh,
nice, dude. That's a great idea.
Yeah, I have. My mom got me the ones that had all the 6 movies all periodically on them from like the early 2000s.
Yeah,
and I framed it and put it with a museum glass to protect it.
Yeah, that's awesome,
dude. All I gotta say is that there's so many things. I mean, freaking Hallmark is making these like crazy ass ornaments, man.
I collect those too.
Yeah, I collect those too, dude. My Christmas tree is just a Star Wars Christmas tree.
Mine too.
And that, did you see the Return of the Jedi once, Sean?
I did.
The one where it was like, the Han Solo carbonite is like sinking in.
Dude, how badass is
that one I did not see.
I'll show it to you in a bit after.
We got completely nerded out on the show. Like, we were so geeked when we saw. Who was on the show? Was General Kenobi on the show with us when we saw that? Who was on the show that night? I can't remember. But we completely got nerded on this thing. It lights up, makes music. Han.
Yeah.
We gotta show it to you.
Well, first of all, thank you, Jeff. Jeff sent me this Star Wars Attic 77.
He sent me that earlier in the week to be cruel.
What a beautiful portrait. I mean, can you only imagine?
I told
If-
Jeff, I was like, I thought we were friends, buddy. Like, what are you doing?
Dude,
What's
can
in
you
the
ima-
seat?
It's a baby Jar Jar.
Oh, it's a baby jar.
Yeah.
That's too
Yeah.
funny.
It's a cry
Yeah.
cry. It's like,
I could bring you in warm, or I could bring you in cold.
just,
But he doesn't say it that way. He's all, oh, meet the bring you cold. and
Misa,
warm."
bring you back cold or warm?
Oh, Nilda's got to be enjoying this.
Misa gonna bring you back cold.
Nilda's loving everything.
I know.
Misa crazy.
I agree with Obi here,
Mhm.
where he says he lives in Florida. If a hurricane knocks stuff out, he's screwed. I'm the same way. Like, I live a mile and a half from the ocean. It's like when a hurricane comes and knocks the cable out or the internet out, I used to have regular cable so I could keep track of the storm. Now it's like once the internet goes out, I have no way of knowing what's going on with the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
Moff McClunkley says back to OT only for hot toys.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good way to kind of set a focus.
He sold all his stuff.
I wanted to sit in my Regal robot chair. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
it's still here.
Yeah. I only have Michigan Jazz says I only have a total of 6 orders. After that, I'm cooling down for a while.
I said
Rennick
that
is dope.
before,
Don't
too.
do it. Yeah, I don't want to do it.
I said that before.
I have
Chris Elliott
0.
says Sideshow's mall is better than Hot Toys. I agree. It's a good portrait, man. It's a good portrait. Best Sideshow I came to find is the Gambit body. Really? Question the panel. Oh yeah, we answered that. What's up, Flex?
Flex.
What up, Flex?
What up?
Who else is here? Oh, my best friend Lucas should be shipping within a few days.
Nice, dude. That's a great figure, though. No, don't look at it.
OG says
I'm like
I
this
want.
close, dude. It's like,
Don't do it.
I'm not.
I wanted that Boba Fett life-size bust, but sell on the EFX element because of the space mostly.
Yeah.
Dude, it was $750, dude.
And that EFX helmet was a good price.
I got that for a great price. I got it for $280.
Yeah.
I think that's the only way I'll pick up stuff now if it's for a great price. But it also backfires on me. Like when Sideshow had that like buy 2 figures get 1 free basically.
Yeah.
Dude, I bought it. It forced me to buy things. I didn't want anything.
They didn't force you.
They didn't force you. You just said, "Oh man, I better get on this."
You're just like,
I know.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
We got PJ. Let's get him. Yeah.
Oh, they're like PJ's gonna love
Pull him
this.
back in.
Dude, I got the Blurg and the speeder bike, and then I got Snow Speeder Luke for free. Like, what is wrong with me?
That's a badass figure, though.
I know, but still, what's wrong with me?
What's up, the collector?
The collector in the house. Who else is there? Awesome and framing stamps. I have the Star Trek 50th anniversary stamps canceled on the exact date, framed and in the collection room. Ooh.
Nice.
All right, we won't blame you for having Star Trek stuff.
I was gonna say,
Wrong podcast.
we'll forgive you. Wrong podcast. You're looking for the Klingon cast or something.
You could talk Star Wars and Indiana Jones. That's it.
And sometimes maybe Diablo. I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, we can talk games.
Oh yeah. But yeah, no, it's crazy because it's a good segue because speaking of video games, now they got that new video game coming.
Yeah.
Is it Star Wars Outlaws or something like that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll pull up the trailer. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think about it?
Looks good.
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a female version of Han Solo, right? Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I guess you play the girl, you have a sidekick. It's open world. I don't know, like Sean Stone, do you think this game's gonna be good?
I think it looks cool. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
all these games say they're open world, but
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, from what I saw from the trailer, it looks fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I mean, it's a game, so I mean, I don't know if you guys will have time to play it, but I mean,
Diablo's gonna take it over.
Yeah, Diablo say.
But I mean,
look at this thing. What the hell is that?
It looks like a weird loath cat.
Even the female solo is playing Sabak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Uh-oh."
Well, did you see the beginning too, where they showed Han Solo?
Did they?
No. Oh, well, in Carbonite. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Oh,
In
in Carbonite. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And it shows Jabba too.
Yeah. I like the
Yeah.
idea that this game, they're gonna have the Pike Syndicate. It's kind of involved around them, and
Hmm.
I think it's gonna be cool.
So I think this
Yeah.
is between Empire Strikes Back and Jedi.
Oh yeah.
Really?
That would be that would be really cool.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that's because that's if they're showing Han and Carbonite
Mhm.
and Jabba, that would be between 5 and 6.
Yeah. I'm excited for this game, and I'm excited to hear the story. But to be honest, when they said that it's going to be an open world game, I was thinking that you create your own character and things like that. To be honest, they should really make a Star Wars game like Diablo,
Yeah,
Diablo style, where you're kind of like building up your character and things like that. Because that's what's oh, there's a
Yeah.
Rancor. That's
Yeah.
come to Papa. Yeah, I don't know what's my obsession with Rancors, but yeah, I don't know who. Like,
Dude,
it looks.
the
Yeah.
cinematics look great. Like, it looks good.
yeah.
Yeah, it
It's
does.
probably going to be PS5 though, because
It is. It's PS5, Xbox, and PC.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited for it. I mean, I gotta find time to play it.
That's
Man,
what I said.
I miss the good old days, man. I mean, imagine when you were like 17, 18, even 21, and you got all the time in the world to play all these games. Now I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna squeeze in like an hour of like Diablo or Jedi Survivor, and I feel guilty. I'm like, damn, I didn't accomplish anything today, you know?
Yeah. The thing is, when I was younger, because I was too busy riding bikes, BMX, so I barely watched TV. I barely played video games. We'd sneak it in here and there.
Yeah.
I think the only time that we really went crazy on video games is when Tony Hawk Pro Skater, the very first one, came out.
Oh
It was like,
yeah.
this is the greatest like engine ever, and then they did a Matt Hoffman BMX game based off that same game engine.
Mhm.
Hmm.
That kind of took some practice time away. We were hooked on that stuff.
Dude, I loved it because here by the way is the gameplay of from the game. No, but I love that the Tony Hawk, the soundtrack and just
Dude, it's fantastic. It was
I
one of
mean,
the
it's
best video
obviously
games ever.
unrealistic, like doing all those tricks and like
You know what's crazy? They're doing them nowadays. Like,
yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks good.
Yeah. How about you, Sean Stone?
I think it looks great. I mean,
Are you gonna play
look
this
at
game?
look at the tree. I always like to look at like the landscapes,
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of judge games because I think landscapes mean a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I mean, if you just look at the trees and like if there's like birds or whatever, you know what I mean?
It'll like immerse you in the game.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
granted, everyone can when you're playing the game, you're just looking at where you're at, but you're not actually looking at the actual the graphics behind it, which I think is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, because it gets you immersed into the game,
Mhm.
right? Like, imagine
Yeah.
the graphics suck. Like, well, then you're not going to be like as into it as as you want to be. But yeah, look, this is pretty cool. Like, this is actually my first time like watching the gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
I figure I save it for Sitcast. By the way, I don't
Good.
to hear this Mon Calamari talk, dude. I was like, what the hell is he talking about? Yeah. No, it's cool. I'm excited to play this game and see what kind of story it's all about.
Because if it's between Empire and Jedi, I feel like the story should be pretty good. I mean, you've got good content to base it around.
Yeah. She looks like she's like a smuggler, so she's not either part of the rebels nor the Empire. So
Yep.
no allegiance.
I love the battle droid.
Yeah.
That's our sidekick.
The cloak on that droid reminds me. Oh, it looks like it's a jacket now. I thought he had like a cape on it. Reminded me of Grievous.
Is this those droids though that they're like they do like kung fu like fighting?
I don't know.
I have no idea either.
Yeah. Um. Yeah.
Oh, ATST.
Hmm.
I don't know if you guys had like a good amount of money to make a video game. What would you guys make?
A video game?
Yeah, like say like you're in charge of like a video game company, and someone goes, "Hey, we got the rights to make a Star Wars game." What would you guys make?
I would reinvent Jedi Academy, the
Oh
free for all
yeah,
lightsaber, kick ass, use the force, beat the hell out of each other game. Dude,
yeah. I
we
love,
played that game to death. That was so fun.
dude. I love that game.
You could have it
Remember
where you
that?
build your own lightsaber and just
Mhm.
like throwing skills, force skill. Oh, dude, I would just reinvent that game.
Yeah. Do you remember that old Star Wars fighting game? I think it was was it called
Oh yeah, yeah,
Terrace
yeah, 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 yeah.
Terrascasi or something like that?
Hmm.
Star Wars
Yeah, it
Terrascasi.
was for Nintendo or PlayStation.
Yeah,
PlayStation.
Masters of Terrascasi.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
dude, that was fun,
Was
dude.
it kind of like a Star Wars Mortal Kombat?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
yeah,
It
Or
was.
Street
It was.
Fighter?
yeah.
Street
Street
Fighter.
Fighter. Yep.
Yeah, that should have been good. Yeah, that should have been this should have been Skyrim in the Star Wars universe. I agree, man. They should
Yeah.
make something where you can create your own character
Mhm.
and be immersed in a Star Wars universe. And the
Yeah.
last game that I played that was similar to that was Star Wars Galaxies.
Hmm.
Dude, I'm telling you, I love that game
Yeah.
because you could be a smuggler, a bounty hunter, a dancer. Yes, you could make a
You
dancer.
could be a Twilight dancer.
Yes, and you get money for it. Like, and that's
Mhm.
how you. So usually, what people do is that they'll make like a smuggler, and they'll make another side character.
Yeah.
So that side character like can be a dancer that made money for your main account,
Be
for your
stripping
main
for
character.
credits, baby.
Yeah, because when you so it's the way it works is that if you were a dancer, like say like you got hurt, Sean, and you're like came back from a mission and you got all this injuries. So like the dancer will actually dance for you and you'll get buffs for your character. Like they make you better, shoot better.
Hmm.
You could be a doctor in the game. So
I'm
now
telling
people
you.
become dude, honestly, it was such a good world. Obviously they made some change to it that kind of ruined it, but you could unlock a Jedi. So if you unlock a Jedi, right, it's not like a Jedi you could go out and kick ass, right? No, it takes place between I think in the New Hope era. So obviously, if you show yourself as a Jedi, there will be everyone will come after you, you know, and they'll try to kill you, right?
Hmm.
Um, Imperials and some like bounty hunters. There'll be a bounty put in your head. So you always like if you're a Jedi, you're like trying to like
Yeah,
disguise
yeah,
yourself as like
yeah,
a
yeah.
regular person, right?
Be like Kenobi in the Kenobi show.
Yes, basically. And it was
Yeah.
cool, man. I love Star Wars Galaxies. And I think I told you guys, right? So that was one of the characters I unlocked a Jedi. And I think I told you guys like in backstage that I sold my character
Yeah, yeah.
for like for ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It
That's
was like
crazy.
oh my god. Yeah, but it was cool. Yeah, Stone, how about you? Like what kind of game would you make?
If I was to do a game, I would like for the game to actually have different storylines.
Hmm.
So like you could create your own character, but have different storylines. They don't always end the same.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you would do that. I'm not a video game
Yeah, yeah.
person. So I mean, but I think
Yeah.
that would be more fun and more interactive to be
Yeah.
able to do multiple storylines, because that way at least it's not the same game you're playing all the time. You know what I
Because
mean?
isn't there a Star Wars game where in the beginning you can either choose to go to the light side or dark side?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
that's Battlefront, but
Oh, is that Battlefront?
yeah,
it's
Battlefront
also
you can do either or, but
yeah, you
Yeah.
could do Knights of the Old Republic. Knights of the Old Republic, like obviously you play this character that if you do a lot of like good things, like your light side points go up.
mhm.
Or you can also go dark, like like the choices you make, like say like if you catch a bounty hunter or something, a smuggler, and you're like, all right, dude, like I caught you. You could either like the light side would be like you catch him and you bring him to jail, or the dark side is that you just kill him or something like that. So when I was playing Knights of the Old Republic, dude, you know me, I went dark side.
Yeah.
I went dark side pretty hard. They're like, please don't kill me. Zoink.
What'd you say?
Yeah, dude, it was so much fun playing dark side. Obviously, the more choices, dark side choices you make, like, dude, your face got like decrepit, dude. Like you became.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was so
into
cool. Like,
cities?
yeah, you started like your eyes started like becoming like like
Yeah, that's cool.
evil and everything, and you start getting like yellow eyes.
You turn to dried clay.
Yeah, dude, it was so much fun, dude. But dude, any game like that, dude, if you could choose between light and dark, dude, I would seriously just go straight up dark.
What's cool though, because after you beat it, you can go back and choose light side and have a different experience. You know?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's what made that game so much fun. Is that like, but dude, I played the light side, dude. Like, and honestly, it was so boring. Oh my god. They're like, please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Yeah, okay, go away. I won't kill you.
I will protect you.
Yeah. Right? Come on. That's what I do. Dark side. Always. I'm such an evil. I'm so Sith.
Are you hoping they make do the remake for Knights of the Republic?
Dude, I hope so, dude. I hope so.
They say it's in work again and somebody else picked it up, so
yeah, I don't know what's going on. Why it's I hope
it's like this.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna do it. No, we're not gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're not gonna do it.
If they want money, they better do it. Oh my gosh, dude. What the heck?
Who's this guy?
What are we in a Zoom call? Are we in a business meeting right now?
That's what I feel like. I've been in Zoom calls all day.
In your white t-shirt?
Yeah, bro.
I told you to put underwear on.
It's well, you don't know what I'm wearing right
That's true. That's true.
Could be nothing.
What's up,
Yeah.
man?
Nothing. No, long day, man. Rough corporate day.
Yeah.
Yeah, company layoffs and
Oh boy.
yeah, I made it. So
Oh, I thought they took the shirt off your back.
yeah, Phil made it through.
I know,
But,
you're like
Dad
company layoffs,
joke.
and then like you have
Dad
no
joke.
shirt. Yeah.
So I've just been doing phone calls all day. It was great. Good day. Good day, you know? So
Awesome. Where are you? Are you in your
I'm in my office. I'm on my so my desk you can go down.
He's blurring out all the sensitive content in the back.
Yeah, all the
Yeah.
naked people
It's all,
behind me.
it's all the
Don't-
Disney
Tom,
secrets.
just don't lower it down.
Yeah.
All the way down.
Could be. It could be.
He'll be like,
Oh, no,
look,
no.
I'm raising the desk. He'll have his hands up on the desk. He'll be going up and down. Be like,
Like, how's he doing that? Whatever happened to Star Wars Galaxy? Unfortunately, Obi, they made some really poor decisions, and it went.
No.
They changed some stuff in the game, and they wanted to be they wanted to be more, how I should say, attractive to everybody. Because a lot of hardcore Star Wars fans played that game, but obviously they wanted to cater to the masses, even to the casual, Star Wars fans that,
Sequel lovers.
yeah. No,
or for Sean Baby Yoda lovers.
Yeah.
Oh
right.
yeah.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. Jar Jar
when they-
lovers.
Dang.
Ooh, I like that.
Damn it.
Where'd you get that?
Guys, it was nice knowing you.
Where'd you get that shirt? I'm buying that.
Oh, shit.
Dude, Nilda sent it to me, man.
No, I've already kicked PJ out once.
I know Nilda's watching. Get me one of those shirts. I'll pay you. I won't.
Don't do it, Nilda. Don't do it.
Yeah, dude. I love this shirt.
Dude,
That's all I'm saying.
kill me.
Good for you, man.
But,
I'm proud of you, bro.
Yeah, but anyway, we're just talking about the new Star Wars game and start like gaming in general, how we don't have time right now.
Yeah, game. So I figured out a way to game more for all you old folks out there that work on a computer all day. If you just add the games to your work computer,
Yeah.
And
You
in
game
between-
more, but you don't get any work done.
Yeah, you put it in between meetings. If you have like 17 Zoom calls, you just fit in a few rounds of whatever you're playing in between the Zoom calls, and boom, before you know it, you're a pro again, and you're crushing the 16-year-olds on whatever game that they're usually really good at. Because when you get old, you can't play until 3:00 in the morning. It's not possible. So.
Yeah, Sean, you just got to get a whole game set up in the back the cab of your truck, and then you just go back there. And
That's it.
Yeah, there's no way that's happening.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what I do. I
They'll be
play.
like, what is this?
My PC games. The console games are dead to me. I just don't even bother. There's
Wait,
no
what do
time.
you play anyway?
I play Chivalry 2, which is like.
Oh my god,
dude, it's so much fun. You run,
dude, it's fun. It's funny though.
It's hilarious. 60 on 60 medieval combat. Everyone's just charging at each other, killing each other. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I played the first one. It's crazy.
Yeah, Warhammer Total War 2.
Of course.
Right now. Yeah, and Dark Tide, which is amazing. Dark Tide is amazing. If you guys like co-op first-person shooters, Dark Tide is this shit.
Are you sure you're not playing SimCity?
No.
I know.
I was big in Roller Coaster Tycoon back in the day. That was my jam.
Dude, do you know that it's so intricate now that there's so many simulators, right? Like there was the Microsoft Flight Simulator and things like that.
Mhm.
That they actually made a landscaping simulator or something like that. You saw that?
Landscaping?
Yeah.
So
Like
with a weed whacker?
Yeah, dude.
I got
Let
one
me
for
see
you.
if
So
are you kidding me? Like,
he doesn't watch it, but my friend Rich, he's an accountant. So this tells you there's a target market for everybody, right? So he plays a bus driver simulator.
what, dude?
And I'm like, oh, there's only you would find. He's like, dude, it's so much fun. Me and a couple other guys, we pick up people, we drop them off. I'm like, okay,
Dude, that is so. I mean, Microsoft Flight Simulator, it's very like intricate, so
dude,
I get
the
it.
bus driver simulator. That's a thing. It's not even. I'm not even making it up. Like you
might as well just go drive a bus.
I know, right?
Yeah, you might as well just make actual money with it.
When you're an accountant and you just stare at numbers all day, I guess anything excites you,
Dude.
Like, look at this, dude. Like,
Jesus.
What the flip?
I mean, like, if you really want to like play this game or
What?
dude, do it in real life.
Well, to be fair,
Oh my
what if
goodness,
you've got
too funny.
allergies and you can't cut the grass and you always wanted to cut the grass because
What?
I have bad allergies and I can't cut my grass. So this is for me. This is for me.
What the shit?
Oh my god.
Jeff
Next thing
said
you
they
know,
have a power washer VR game. You're power washing your house. Like what the?
I mean,
or you're gonna have like a combine going out in the cornfields, getting corn and filling up like backs of trucks.
I want to feel what it's like to live in Kansas. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my, yeah. Oh my gosh, and mind you, like, there's so many different things out there, and I guess.
Watch this. I gotta sit down.
oh shit. I could see like a surfing VR or something where it's like you're really like doing something fun, but like a VR to cut your grass is like what?
Or
Yeah,
even
like
drive a bus.
That's
like make some
torturous
money
enough.
and go.
If I'm
yeah.
driving the bus, I better be Keanu in Speed.
Bro, I drive a truck for a living and I have to pass buses all the freaking time. It's annoying because they're always in my way. I'm like, oh man. You know what I mean?
Honestly, Jeff, that's a great idea. He's like, oh, let's do a rearrange the room collector game. Can you imagine? Like, there's a game where all your collectibles or different collectibles are on the floor, and you got to like rearrange it.
Dude, how badass would that be? You could 3D scan your room bare, and then you can, put different shelving and setups and new pieces, and be like, oh yeah, now I don't have. But then
we
you
do
don't
that
have to
all the
buy-
time, though.
Yeah, but we have to spend so much money to do that.
But I move my stuff all the time. I'm like, oh
But
yeah.
guess what? You don't have to do it now. You could plan ahead with this app or game. You could be like,
Nah,
okay,
it's much better. I like getting in there and touching stuff.
Yeah,
You know what I
okay.
mean? And moving stuff. You know what I mean? And I have
That's
to
what she
visualize it. So
said.
I move it there and I go, no, it's not going to work, or this will work, or whatever, and then I move it back.
Mm.
Do you guys go like a few weeks without looking at your pieces?
No, I look at it every day.
No,
every day. I go
Yeah.
through moments where I'm like, I just haven't because it's downstairs in the Fortress of Solitude, and sometimes I don't go there for like a week. So then I'll just go
I have,
there.
yeah, I usually have some things on my mind that I'm thinking about, and I was like, oh, I'll go look that up. But it's not like I'm at Sideshow's website every day or looking. Especially this last couple of weeks, I've just been off the grid, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only got one open pre-order for Sideshow. That's like the first.
Me too. I'm making payments on that EFX Vader helmet.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a very nice helmet.
Yoda. I get that Yoda legendary. Yeah.
Dude,
It's an hour in. We haven't talked about.
did you see my unboxing video on that?
No, I got. Is it good?
Yeah, dude, it's bad. It's a nice statue.
Okay, good. I thought you were about to tell me like, dude, it's a piece of crap. Send it back.
Shameless plug for my video.
Oh yeah, let's. Well, we'll pull it up.
Yeah, there you go, Jeff. Jeff's like, we get money from IKEA from putting their shit in our game.
Yeah, that's a good
Hell
idea.
yeah, you get sponsors from like different furniture companies and be like,
That
yeah.
would be a good idea if you're going to do VR. If there was a way to do a VR of your room so other people could walk your room.
Yeah, I bet you there's a way to do it.
Yeah.
You just got to record it a certain way. And
Let's see.
strap a GoPro to your forehead.
Yeah.
Or just use your phone. Go.
Yeah. Or all the room tours that we watch. It's like, here you go.
I did that the other day. I posted on Instagram. I did, because my collection's all in my living room and in my dining room.
Yeah. Dude, when I get back from Florida, I got to do another room tour. It's been
every
2.5
room
years.
has a dirty secret. I feel like every room has a corner of piles of crap.
Yeah.
That's got to be moved. Go around that.
There it is.
Oh yeah, it does, dude.
Yep.
So is the light up feature nice?
Yeah. It's in my office there, the light is so bright. That's one reason I film at work, because the lighting in that table, it's like super bright. But now I have it in my Vesta. Yeah, it lights up really well. It's a great piece. It's painted very well. Like, and it doesn't have a large footprint, so it doesn't take up that much space.
It was a surprise piece for me. I'm shocked Sideshow put it out.
Yeah, they did a really, really good job on it.
Yeah, I feel like with Yoda, they always nail the likeness with Yoda.
Portrait, yeah. Sideshow's got that. Well, because they have that background in monsters, man. They always get like non-human faces right.
Yeah, they make.
Look how good that looks, man.
Yeah.
That's why they should go back to making a lot of like the old, the old like aliens like they used to back in the day. They made the what's his name, Admiral Akbar's life-size bust.
I'd like another Bosk, a Greedo. I mean, there's so many just great creatures you could do.
The Gamorrean Guard.
Dude, they should go back to that.
Well, you guys might have to. They're probably holding on right now because we don't know who's going to have the license in a few months.
Yeah, what the hell's going on with that, man?
Yeah,
it's crazy. I mean, dude, Dom, right? Like, it's crazy that Sideshow is not going to be in like their own backyard for San Diego Comic-Con.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, so I don't know if you guys are following the Comcast deal. So I'll give you guys a little bit of background on that. I follow finance markets for work a lot, mostly automotive. But so basically, the nutshell of the deal is this: Comcast owns 33% of Hulu, right?
Mm.
And the deal was when Disney bought the majority share, is Hulu and them agreed that in 2024 Disney was going to buy the rest of it off of them at a base value, a floor value of $27.5 billion for the remaining.
Jeez,
that's a lot of money.
Those numbers are just unheard of.
So the numbers don't make it obviously to make no sense, and that's the floor. So now all the lawyers, they're all lawyering up because Comcast wants more than $27 billion. Disney obviously wants to pay less than $27 billion. Comcast is well aware that Disney don't have the money. They're sticking it to them. Disney doesn't even have $1 billion in liquid assets right now. So everyone thinks like, oh, Disney's got all this money. They're fucking broke. Sorry. They got everything in IP. They got tons of money in property. So basically, the only option they have is either sell IP, sell property, license out parks or sell parks. I think there's rumors that they're talking about selling overseas parks, licensing them out, And even as far as one park in the U.S., they're thinking about licensing out.
Which park?
I don't know.
Probably Florida, right?
No.
Yeah, maybe a Florida park, but you got the danger of that. And if I was Disney, I'd be like, okay, you're licensing out your own brand, so you got to be careful. Like, let's say you do, I don't know, Epcot. You license out Epcot to other companies to be able to do stuff with. I don't know, whatever deals they think of. You might dilute your brand. You might hurt your image. You don't know. So I think. And the rumors are, I mean, it's not just me. Lucasfilm is definitely something that they could probably sell for a smooth. I mean, they kind of torpedoed it in the last couple of years, but if they could still get $5 billion for it, I don't think they're going to think twice. They would just work out a deal where they would have in perpetuity the rights to have the rides, the merch, but based on whatever now the IP is no longer under their control. So whoever buys it would control the IP and just be technically licensing it back out to Disney. So I don't even think Marvel is safe, to be completely honest with you.
Do you think the new owner would be able to make new movies on their own?
They would have to. Well, if they can afford to pay the money, I would assume so. I hope the worst thing that could happen is it's not someone who likes Star Wars. If it's like a BlackRock, like a hedge fund, like a Vanguard or one of these yokels, they buy Star Wars. It's going to become like, you think it's painful now. I mean, it's going to be some soulless zombie version of what it was before.
It's like if they buy it, they'll be like, well, you get a piece, you get a piece, you get a piece, you get a piece. Just give me the money. They won't care.
These hedge fund guys, they don't care. They'll buy it, chop it up, sell it to in pieces to people. I mean, it'll be a mess. I don't know if you guys, this is a little unrelated, but I don't know if you guys play Magic the Gathering.
No, I know a lot about it, but
so last week, Amazon purchased Hasbro.
Oh, wow.
What?
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. So Amazon owns Hasbro, which owns Magic the Gathering. So all the Magic the Gathering nerds are all freaking out because with a company like Amazon running, Wizards of the Coast, like what is that going to look like in a few? And the writing was on the wall because they all of a sudden you're on Amazon and you'd want to. I still pre-order some boxes just for the goof. And I'm like, wow, they're a lot cheaper on Amazon. And Amazon's got its own Wizards of the Coast store. How did that happen? And boom, before you know it, they own Hasbro. It's like, oh my God.
Yes.
Damn. Amazon. That's
Daddy
crazy.
Bezos.
Yeah.
Well, so Bezos only owns about 12% of Amazon right now.
Wow.
So
really?
Yeah. It's
a lot.
Even with Lucasfilm. Right? Even with Lucasfilm, I don't think George Lucas has enough money to even, because I think most of his stuff was stock, right? Disney stock.
But he also got paid $4 billion for it, and he was a billionaire before he sold to Disney. So he that would be great if he bought it back.
Do you think he can though? If he had,
he's so old though, man. He's like in his 80s.
I don't think he wants
it. This is me, and I'm not George Lucas. But if I was George Lucas and I witnessed what happened to my property after 10 years, and that's my baby, that's my legacy, I'd be number one. I'd be trying to buy it back for a profit, right? So I'd be like, I'll take it off your hands, and I'll buy it for $3 billion. And if Disney's desperate enough, they might sell it back to him for less. He just made $1 billion. So. That could happen, but it could be anybody at this point. The rumor is that there's a buyer for it. So
yeah. Now, let me ask you this, because I know you've been following a lot of this recently, and that's why I wanted to talk about it too and have you on the show. Is how true is this that Disney is in like deep doo-doo?
Yeah, so they have an upcoming bill in 2024 for $25 billion, and they don't have $1 billion in the bank.
Wow.
So this is true. This is not a rumor.
Fact. This is not like hearsay. This is a fact. Comcast is holding them to the deal that they have to buy their share, and that's what happens when you have years of mismanagement, and they keep taking L. They keep taking every movie they make is a flop. and they don't meet budget. Disney Plus bleeds cash. Iger really did a number. He went on a buying spree when they were cash flush and just bought every IP in sight. The problem is they bought the IP. They didn't keep the talent in the IP that made the IP great. They just absorbed it and thought Disney writers and Disney Imagineers could do the same thing that Marvel writers are doing, but they turn everything into a Disney princess, and you can't. There's a fact of reality when you get these multi-billion-dollar companies, right? You guys remember the AOL Time Warner deal?
Yeah.
So when AOL and Time Warner merged, you had AOL that was like this up-and-coming .com company, and Time Warner was like this old money, froofy company, and they merged together, and it was only 2 years before they split up again because the culture is just so different. So I use that example of like a company like Disney has been making princess movies for 50 years, buys Star Wars, and it's obvious that they have no idea what they're doing with it because they turned Star Wars into a Disney princess movie. I mean, that's what Rey is. She's a Disney princess.
Yeah.
The lightsaber. You know, that's they don't know like their culture, and there's nothing wrong with that because they found a winning method for Cinderella, Snow White, and they made billions of dollars on it. So how do you tell someone their baby's ugly when they've been doing it the same way for years, right? They're like, this is the way we do it. Cinderella made tons of money, so we're gonna slap Cinderella with a lightsaber, and we're gonna make billions of dollars. And they never understood the market. And now the chickens are coming home to roost because they haven't been able to make any money.
Yeah.
Well, how about Marvel though? I mean, Marvel was pretty successful.
So Marvel was successful, but remember when they bought Marvel, there was already a plan in place. With Iron Man 1.
Yeah.
So they saw that to the end. Favreau was in charge. The Russo brothers, those are real writers. Now what's happening? I don't know if you hear like this Disney scrapbook method. The writers and the directors don't even write or direct these movies. It's all done by the board of directors. They basically say, okay, write a movie. We need you to write a movie about Captain America doing X, Y, and Z, and this, and this. Make sure you check all these things that he does, and write a movie around that. That's how they're managing it. That's the problem. So you give no creative liberty to any of the, even if you have good writers on staff and good directors, what ends up happening is they're forced into this box where they have to make this movie kind of do these things, and they only got 2 hours. So you could tell some of these movies are completely disjointed because they're trying to hit all these points for the board of directors. We have to do this, and this. And then somehow we have to build a movie around it.
I think the perfect example is Love and Thunder. Because that movie was horrible.
That was brutal. That was brutal.
You can immediately see when all of a sudden all the creative like strength was sucked out of the MCU. I mean, without the Russo brothers and Favreau writing these movies, they turned into turds real quick. And it's everybody. You know, I argue with some people like, "Oh, Disney, they got so much money." Yeah, well, if you keep taking billion-dollar losses one after another, it doesn't matter how big your company is. You're gonna fail. That's exactly what's happening. They're in so much trouble right now. Like they've been in trouble before. Disney almost filed for bankruptcy. I think they did file for bankruptcy years ago, and they dig themselves out. But what's got to happen is they got to purge the garbage out of there. And if they need to start making some movies that make money. I mean, they haven't made a movie that's made money in like a year.
Well,
actually, I'm sorry.
I was going to say, do you think that's the reasoning of all these writers and all of these directors just quitting? Like halfway through some of these movies, like for Solo, that happened to Solo. Like the guy just
because that's what happens. The board, the executive committee is like, look, we need you to do these things, and the writer's like, then why do you need me? Why do you even need a director? You already have the product that you want to create. Just freaking make it, and then they all walk away for the same reason. Because they have no creative liberty,
right? No control.
No control.
Because the original directors for Solo was it Lord and something, right? They made Spider-Man, the first one, the Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah,
and look how great that movie turned out.
because Sony said make a good movie, make money.
Yeah.
So that's free market. Like you can't. What's the movie that they? So Indiana Jones is looking like it's going to be the biggest flop ever.
Wow.
That one's going to. I think the budget was like $400 million. So it's the rule of two. So you got $400 million for the movie budget, then marketing is always double it. So let's say you need to make $800 million for that movie to break even. So they're going to lose probably $700 million on this movie.
Wow.
Yeah. How about Little Mermaid? Like,
Little Mermaid's not making money. They flopped overseas, and I think they made like $360 million in the US, but the budget was $300 million or 300 something. So you got to assume 600 to break even. So I don't think the movie. Maybe it'll break even. Guardians is the only one that's about to break even.
Right. It was probably the better of the Marvel movies lately too.
Well, look at Super Mario Brothers. Look how well that did.
They crushed it.
Yeah,
Great movie.
Because why? What's the reason? They made it for the fans.
Yeah.
Right. That and it was original. You think of look at all the remakes. Little Mermaid. You don't have to remake Little Mermaid. It's already done its thing. Come up with something new. Same thing with like TV shows. I just saw they're redoing the Wonder Years. Like you don't need another one. Just make something new.
Yeah. If you really want to remake things, I think people are bored of the live action remakes. I would have thought it would have been cool if you wanted to do the Little Mermaid, remake it, remaster it in CGI graphics, right? Really nice, like Finding Nemo graphics, make it colorful and use the same damn script, the same damn sound effects and just fill it in with new and just call it Little Mermaid Remastered. The end. The budget would probably be nothing other than the CGI. You don't need any voice actors because you're using the same voices from the original and just remastering it. You probably make $500 million.
Yeah, but do like Lucas did. Like right before he made the prequels, he needed some money. So what did he do? He remastered all the Star Wars and then he put them back in theaters. And then I don't know how many millions he made on that, and he used that money to fund the prequels. Do something like that.
I think Marvel's on the chopping block too, man.
Yeah, I heard rumors that they offered Adam Driver and Margot Robbie the role of Mr. Fantastic and Sue Storm, and they turned it down because it wasn't enough.
Once they can afford them.
Yeah, and then on top of that, all these movies and shows are being pushed back.
Well,
right?
that's
the Star Wars movie.
And I don't think so. That's Star Wars. And I told you I was on this show when they had the big announcement, Old Republic, all these things are going to happen. I was like, this is not an announcement. This is a wish list. This literally looks like let's take anything and everything the fans might latch onto and hope we build enough buzz that we keep our jobs. That's what it sounded like to me. It's like High Republic. What else did they say that was coming out that's never going to see the light of day?
The Rey movie.
That's never happening. No way are they going to spend $500 million on making a movie that had diminishing returns from the first Force Awakens to Rise of Skywalker. Force Awakens made $2 billion. It was the best one because you had 20 years of hype built into it. Everyone saw Force Awakens. Then everybody was like, even me, I was like, okay. I mean, it's basically New Hope regurgitated and And then you had Last Jedi, which literally broke the fandom. It broke my soul.
Right?
Yeah.
And it made less. I think it made like 30% less than Force Awakens. And then Rise of Skywalker made half of Last Jedi. So you have a downward trend. You don't need to be like an accountant to figure out we're burning through our fandom. Like this is not working.
Right.
Well,
Just look at the track record,
Yeah.
That's all you got to do.
So and then you had these completely mismanaged shows, and I think whatever's happening behind it, Lucasfilm, there's all sorts of rumors. You can tell that there's some turmoil because one show feels so much different than the next show.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Kathleen Kennedy, bro, I'm telling you.
Yeah, so she's she's the worst thing to happen to Star Wars since like I don't know. I can't.
Don't say Jar Jar.
Yeah.
Come on.
Don't say Jar.
No, I love Jar Jar. Jar Jar's the man. I love Jar Jar. I'm a prequel fan because those are the movies I saw when I was a kid. I didn't see the originals in the theater. So the prequels I love, and everybody who doesn't like the prequels, BS, because they still have the best lightsaber scenes out of any of the movies.
They do.
I agree.
I agree with that.
Without the prequels, you got no Darth Maul, you got no Yoda versus Sidious, you got no obviously Obi-Wan and Anakin duel.
But without the OT, you don't have the prequels.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
Then the choreo, I don't know, like one thing that blows my mind is even in the sequels is how come they couldn't just get a good choreographer to do some decent lightsaber fights?
Yeah.
They look like two idiots
Right.
swinging these lightsabers at each other like my 4 and 7-year-old do with their sticks outside. Like, what is going on?
Yeah. So I mean, because obviously, in my opinion, and from what I observed, the sequel trilogy merchandise didn't sell as well as like the Mandalorian. I mean,
because the Mandalorian is better than the sequels.
Mandalorian was their best chance to refresh. I got excited about Star Wars again. I could care. I was so burned from Last Jedi. I to this day have not seen Rise of Skywalker.
Really?
Well, you're not missing nothing.
Yeah, haven't seen that. I haven't seen Solo.
Just get drunk one night.
Solo's good. I like Solo.
I just can't do it. Harrison Ford, man. It's Harrison Ford.
Solo's good though.
I heard it might be. I can't get past it because I love Indiana Jones. I won't watch the new Indiana Jones movie.
But just real quick, Solo like lost money. They said right because because Bob Iger said that it came out close to The Last Jedi. They didn't want to make a lot of Star Wars movies in the same year, which kind of doesn't make sense because they're releasing all these Marvel movies. 2 or 3 Marvel movies the same year. So
they lost the magic, bro. They're so afraid now to make movies because they're like, okay, Quantumania lost money, Thor lost money, Guardians, which was supposed to be a massive hit, hasn't even broken even yet. It will. It'll break even. They're keeping it in the theater like through the whole summer, just so it breaks even.
Wow.
So you start to get like anybody else. If you keep swinging and missing, you're like, holy, what are we doing wrong?
Well, the thing too is that like with Solo, what people don't, I mean, yes, it automatically lost money before it even came out of the movie theaters. The reason why I say that is because they filmed like 80% of the movie and scrapped it and reshot it.
Yeah, they
redid it again.
Yeah.
So no matter what, they would have like to reshoot it again and then release it. They would have to make tons of money. So they lost so much money off Solo. They lost so much money off of. That's why I get it with the sequel, fans and stuff like how they're defending it. Oh, they spent $4 billion, but we made so much billions of dollars. How could we lose money? But then in the long run, here it is. Like
here it is. The chickens, bro. 10 years later. Everyone who's a Disney Star Wars fanboy is like, they're gonna make money. It's Disney. They know what they're doing. Okay. If you keep losing $1 billion here, $1 billion there, $1 billion, and before you know it, you're broke.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's something though. Return of the Jedi re-released in a theater for a week, and it made $5 million, and it's 40 years old.
Yeah.
I wish I saw. I didn't get a chance to do it, but I would.
Yeah.
That's the first Star Wars movie I remember seeing.
And the thing is, that was in selected cities too. Imagine if they did it every city across the country.
I think it was only like 500 theaters. 500 theaters.
And on top of that, people
imagine
have
5,000 theaters.
Yeah, people have the Blu-rays, and on top of that, streaming. Like, people actually. I went out to watch it. Are you kidding me?
I'm just happy. They can never buy Lord of the Rings.
Well, Amazon has it. I don't know how.
Amazon only has the rights to about 30 pages in the Silmarillion, which is not. It's like they own nothing. They own a piece of. That's why they had to make up so much stuff. But there's a clause in the Tolkien estate that Disney is never allowed to buy Lord of the Rings.
Wow.
Tolkien hated Walt Disney. He hated him. He said, I never want him to turn my characters into Disney characters. So Disney is not allowed to buy it. That's why I think Tolkien is the man. He's like, he he will come back to haunt them over and over again. But rumor has it that whoever bought Lord of the Rings, that some billionaire or bought it for like $3 billion, the rights to the Lord of the Rings movies, and rumor is he's broke and he's probably going to sell it to somebody else.
Damn.
Oh wow. Well, I was going to ask you is that like with Indiana Jones, I heard, I was telling Sean this, is that I think it's going to bomb in the movie theater, not just because, but it's just from like the rumors that's been spreading around that they had 5 test screen endings to, and they tested to this test audience and they all hated all 5 endings.
Well, for the Kathleen Kennedy haters, I think that's her nail in her coffin. I think if she loses that much money on Indiana Jones, I think it's over.
Yeah, well, that's been the rumor.
Yeah. How do you mess up something that's got Harrison Ford in it that has played that character?
But
throughout the whole years, it makes no sense.
I would have done it is not make it an action movie. I would have made it an old Indiana Jones that's a professor that's on some sort of, he's trying to figure out some mystery, like make it a detective movie, like some sort of
like more of a National Treasure type movie, or
not National Treasure. That's too heavy on the action. I would think more like on a serious maybe I'm mentioning a spy movie that's too serious, like Tinker Toy Soldier Spy. You ever seen like that, like a real spy movie,
like the Da Vinci Code?
Yeah, maybe like Da Vinci Code, but like I don't know, where it's more believable. He's not like punching people out. He's like, he looks 90. I mean, he's knocking out Nazis. It just doesn't make any sense. Or have him, with somebody where it makes sense that they're kind of doing action stuff, like the action sequences, and he's kind of just the dad in the background, kind of like I don't know. If you're gonna do it, it was telling to me when Spielberg walked away from the project that you already lost me. If Spielberg's not doing it, then something's obviously wrong.
Yeah.
Dom, did you hear Disney was going to buy Warhammer next?
Oh,
they probably can't even afford to buy it.
They can't. They probably could afford it. But it is one of the biggest companies in Britain. But Disney would never touch that property. It's too violent, which is perfect.
Yeah.
To have them ever desecrate Warhammer. The Cavill is doing a whole. He's world building, man, for Amazon. They're gonna and I love that Cavill's the executive producer because he's strict with the lore.
Right.
He will not. It's his favorite IP. He will not touch it. And a Games Workshop that owns the IP is even stricter. They don't let you change anything. They're like militant with the lore and everything. So I'm not too worried about it. The first series is gonna be it's called Eisenhorn, which is it's a 3-book series. It's basically it's a guy called Eisenhorn. He's a inquisitor. So basically he's a demon hunter. He looks for possessed people within the different planets and searches out witches and stuff. But Cavill's not playing the role. He says he's going to get someone else to play the role because he's got his eyes out to play he really wants to be a Custodes, which is basically like a superhuman soldier. He wants to do that. So
yeah. Well, I was gonna say, do you know what's the percentage that Disney sells off Star Wars? What's a good give us a percentage?
I think they're going to sell off. So my percent chance is 60% chance, and they keep the rights to be able to sell the merch and create Disney property with approval, like Disney themed Mickey Mouse, Star Wars stuff, and obviously the parks because they already invested a ton of money.
Oh, they lost money. Oh, that's another thing. They lost money on the Galactic Cruiser.
Oh yeah, the Galactic Star Cruiser. That was a total. I think they invested $2 billion in that.
Oh my god!
Wow.
To close it down after what, a year?
18 months.
Wow.
Damn.
You can't.
That's a hit.
Yeah, the bad decision making is just like it's unprecedented. It's like, how do you do this?
How could they mess that up?
They had I don't mind. So a lot of people don't like the Galaxy's Edge. I like Galaxy's Edge.
I like it.
All they need to do is put some OT flavor on it,
That's what I
and you'll get
said.
traffic. Just put some more.
That's what
Luke.
I. That's
You need
what.
Luke. You need Han Solo. Some more R2D2 action, and you could even
OT stormtroopers, scout troopers, scout
And
troopers.
you know what's stupid too, which I don't understand? Even the stormtroopers that walk around, right? Why do they have pre-recorded sayings? Why can't you be like Universal Studios and let a guy with a mic in it so they can actually interact with the people in the park? It's like they have a list of things they can say. It's just so sterile. Let them get some Disney used to do that. Just get some actors that can say some quirky, funny stuff as stormtroopers and interact with people. That'd be fun. Have Boba Fett walking around and Mandalorian walking around. You get more people.
Dude, that would make a huge
retrofit
difference.
the rides. You don't need Rey and Kylo Ren in Rise of the Resistance. You can easily swap out Darth Vader and Luke, and you get more people to come check it out. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
It just I don't know, man. And again, you are also like a Disney shareholder too, right?
Yeah, no, I'm a Disney. I don't have any. I sold my stock in Disney before it hit freaking. It's at the 52-week low right now. But I'm a vacation club member. I have the timeshare. So my wife is a Disney head, and when we got engaged, she's like, "Okay, this is something I always wanted to do. We're going to become DVC members." I'm like, "Wait, what?" She's like, "No, we have to be. We're going to be able to go every other year or every year to Disney World." So we're my home suite thing is Polynesian. That's our the resort that we own shares to. It's a good deal if you like Disney World and you like to. Basically, I don't pay for the hotel when I go.
Should I wait longer? Do you think it's going to get cheaper once?
No, dude, if I try to get it now, it's way more expensive. I don't know how. I heard it's like what I paid.
Dude, I'm going to Disney in 2 weeks. They raised their tickets are so expensive.
What is it at for a park ticket right now?
Okay, so I got the park hopper, and I think it was $135 per ticket.
Nice. Yeah, that's expensive.
That's actually good. It's 114 just for one single park here for Disneyland.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
I love Disney World. I just think it's just mismanaged, and you got a bunch of knuckleheads that think they know better than the consumer.
Well, I think that's been, for me, I feel like that's been the theme for the past 10 years in just every company. That's all I see is that people, maybe it's the hedge fund guys or I don't know, investors.
Well, yeah, there's something called so I don't know if you guys are familiar with ESG.
Empire Strikes.
No, so ESG is a
guys. Empire Strikes guys.
So there's a reason why companies, and I'll say it, I know it might irritate, so they get woke, right? There's not because they want to. So there's something called an ESG score, which
that's from BlackRock and those guys, right?
So let's use the perfect example, right? Budweiser. Everyone's aware what happened to Budweiser, right? They're literally down 60%. So the ESG score is their credit score for floating money within the company. So Budweiser, to make payroll, let's say you're Budweiser and you have 20 million coming in next month for sales, right? But that's next month, and you only have 5 million in the bank now, but you have to make 7 million in payroll. So obviously you're 2 million short. So they have a line of credit through a company like BlackRock, through Vanguard, who gives them a line of credit with an interest rate attached to it. So the interest rate attached to it and other perks and benefits are based on their ESG score. The S means social score, right? So if they're socially conscious, they get a better interest rate, better perks, maybe a bigger credit line, a longer time to pay back, because it's not that they don't have money, it's just that they're always floating money because money doesn't always come in consistently in these businesses. You get 50 million here, 20 million there.
What up?
He's like,
give me a minute, Mooch.
I'm back.
So you need a credit line. So they base that off that. That's why all these companies are chasing this social score where they do things like look how socially conscious we are to get those points so they can lower their interest rates and everything like that. The problem is most companies are starting to realize that it's like a poison pill. So how woke can you be without pissing off your own client base, but at the same time having a good credit score with Vanguard or BlackRock. So the good news is that Vanguard, one of basically BlackRock's competitor, has decided to completely forego ESG scores and go back to basics. So they're going to go for, are you a good company? If you're a good company and you pay your bills, you get better credit. If you make money and you're profitable, you get better credit. Not this, hey, do you believe in green energy? How do you feel about this social cause? And do you like to save the whales? And if you like to save the whales, you get better credit. That's BS. That's not how. What BlackRock is trying to do is weaponize the free market against companies. So that's what happened, and that's why companies like Bud Light, which you would think made the dumbest decision on the planet because they're a blue collar beer and they go completely to the left. And what do you think is going to happen? Except I don't think they thought it was going to get that bad. Like this.
Well, I think that also has to also do with Carlos Brito, who's the owner now because he bought it from Anheuser-Busch.
Yeah, so they're like a Dutch company. So Anheuser-Busch isn't even American anymore. It's like Dutch.
No, he's from Brazil. So because I worked for Anheuser-Busch, and then now I work for another company does other beers, but I actually worked for Anheuser-Busch and I quit because the company it was micromanaging at its best. But yeah, so I understand what you're saying. Yeah. But I think that's kind of Carlos Brito's from Brazil or something, and he's changed the demographic of it.
Yeah, so it's an inflection point now. Now companies are like, okay, we're afraid of doing this. We need to back off of this. So pick your poison. Like, are we going to be less socially conscious and have a worse credit rating? But luckily, the market will respond, and companies like Vanguard are going to be like, don't worry, guys. We'll take your business. We'll give you your line of credit, and you don't have to worry about saving the whales or whatever it is that today's thing is, because that's not how capitalism works. But anyway, I need to go put my kid to bed. So it's a pleasure coming on.
Well, Dom, I just want to say thank you, man, for the insights. Obviously, this is the rumors been spreading around, and it's spreading like wildfire. Like it's like all over the internet that Disney is going to sell Star Wars.
Yeah, because their prices are definitely going. Because I actually made a mistake. So the regular ticket is like $135. The park hopper that I got was $214 a piece. So for 3 of us to go for 1 day with taxes was like $685.
So 1 day, one park's $135?
Yeah.
Holy cow!
And then the park hopper's $214. That's friggin' like
that's cash money, bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But Dom, thank you again for hopping on the show and give us the
no problem. Anytime.
Insights and
good night, guys. I got yelled at by my 4-year-old. So.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
All right, Dom. Good night, man.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Right, later, man.
Later.
So interesting stuff, right? Like obviously, whatever the rumor is, who's going to buy Disney is we'll let that be a rumor. But obviously, Disney's hurting. I saw it in the writing on the wall when the sequel trilogy came out. And a lot of the merchandise wasn't selling because you could tell like how successful a movie is by the merch that it sells, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right. Because that's like extra money, extra supplement money that it's feeding the movie, feeding the IP. For example, Mandalorian. What was feeding the Mandalorian and Star Wars at that time?
Sean's favorite, Baby Yoda.
Exactly.
I know. I don't hate him. He was just overplayed,
Yeah, I agree.
Disney saw that, like you said, PJ, Baby Yoda's selling stuff. So that's why they kept him. But for the story, and it's like, I don't hate him. I mean, I've got the sideshow Baby Yoda here, but I got Baby Yoda out. Yeah,
well, because they shoved it down your throat, and to be honest, like I saw more Baby Yoda product than I saw a sequel trilogy product.
Oh yeah,
because even think about it when Gremlins came out, they were like the cutest thing. Everyone loved a Gremlin, but after a while, we all got tired of Gremlin. Same thing with Baby Yoda. It was cute at first, and it was a good niche, but now I think everyone's done with it.
Yeah, and I think you're right about success on having stuff. Look at Indiana Jones. I haven't seen one thing for this new movie.
No.
No,
No
I haven't
one
seen
piece
any.
of merch.
Mm-mm.
Nothing.
I mean,
So,
this is Indiana Jones too.
yeah.
Like, how
Did they
could
make
this
it?
be-
They didn't even make action figures. There's no action figures
Dude,
for the movie.
maybe.
Really?
I haven't
I
seen
don't know.
anything. The only thing I've seen is stuff that's like Gentle Giant's done some, but I think it's all,
It's the good stuff.
like
Yeah, it's
the older
old-
movies.
Yeah, the older movies. Yeah, even Regal Robots, making stuff from the older movies, and
Yeah.
none from the new one. So I didn't see a lot of like trailers for it, to be honest. So I'm really guys, I don't think I'm gonna watch Indiana Jones like opening day. I'm actually gonna leave it up
Yeah,
to
I'm not.
everyone to go see it. Because if everyone's coming back and saying, "Oh my gosh, they ruined my hero," I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Because I honestly, they did that to my hero, Luke Skywalker. I cannot see my favorite Indiana Jones go through that same thing again. And dude, as of right now, Last Crusade is the last Indiana Jones movie. That's it. It ended perfectly. It was perfect. It was a good storyline. It was funny. Sean Connery was there. It was just, yeah.
It was
I don't
good.
know.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it fuels kids too to want, like, for example, I took my son to watch Transformers, my youngest one, this past Monday to watch the newest one. Dude, he loved it. And what was the first thing he asked me? Dad, I want to buy a Transformer. Can we go to Target?
Right.
Now, did you see any kids saying, Dad, I love,
Indy.
Yeah. Well, not even that. Like, I love what's that alien creature? I love those porgs. Can we go buy it?
Oh, yeah.
You know what's funny is what Rise of Beasts comes out this weekend, which is Transformers.
Yeah, we saw that one. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have Indiana Jones, which is coming out in a few weeks or next month,
June 30th. Yeah.
June 30th.
And in the month,
So they're kind of coming 1 week after each other or whatever. My son was more excited to see Rise of Beasts than Indiana Jones, and he loves, like, his favorite movie is Temple of Doom. So, he loves Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
And he was all about Rise of Beasts.
Yeah.
Than that.
I mean, Rise of Beast was okay, like, for me. I mean, but I'm looking at my son, and he's like, whoa. He was just like so amazed. Which, mind you, obviously I'm a kid from the 80s, so to see my son like enjoying Transformers is like a dream come true, right? But that's what you want, right? Like, you want your kids, like, these companies don't understand is that we're the ones who's gonna want to buy for our kids, right? Like, these toys and stuff, these merch. So if you see your son enjoying the new Star Wars stuff, he's like, Dad, I love the Mandalorian. I love that Beskar armor. Dad, I love Boba Fett. Doesn't that warm your heart? And you go like,
oh yeah, you're gonna go buy it.
Yes, right. Even daughters, if you have a daughter, say, hey, Dad, I love this Star Wars movie. It's so awesome. And you're like, yeah, I loved it too. It's just like, they connected the old trilogy and the prequels together with this. This is so awesome. And you're gonna want to buy stuff with them too.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just common sense. And I just don't, I think there's such a disconnect from, like, what Dom said, from the investors, the executives, to the consumers. There's such a disconnect. They think they know what's best for us, but they don't.
Yeah, they really don't. Because I'm looking for indie merch right now. The only thing that I saw, Hasbro is going to do some 6-inch figures, but it's just a small handful of it. But other than that, I don't see any other merch on there that's coming out for it.
Yeah, I mean, that's sad when you really think about it. It's Indiana Jones,
right?
You know what I mean,
that should just sell itself. But
I mean, I don't know. Maybe a lot of people are upset about the Crystal Skull.
Yeah, that sucked.
Yeah,
but
it just says they will sell Hulu before they sell Star Wars. No way. That hotel was $400 million. Yeah, the hotel was $400 million, and it lost so much money. It's being closed down. So as of right now, I see that Star Wars hasn't been a hit for them. I don't know. Has it?
No. Here's the thing: is if the only way they're going to dig out of this hole is they got to start making some good content. If they're not going to make good content, they're just going to come. The spiral's just going to keep going.
That's why, and that's why we had this conversation 2 weeks ago, or was it last week? Where
we said
a lot is riding in Ahsoka.
Yeah.
A
If you were
lot.
Disney, would you hold on to Star Wars or would you hold on to like Marvel?
If I was
If
Disney,
you if you've got to sell one, like
I
mean,
would
well,
hold on to
Marvel-
Marvel. I would hold on to Marvel.
Marvel's
Marvel's
doing a way better job of at least connecting the movies, but as of lately, they've kind of
well, that's what I mean.
crapped on those too.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like right now, they're all crashing.
Yeah.
You know?
Mhm.
It's
Yeah,
like,
it's
I
like
don't know.
and I forgot to mention in when Dom was here, there was a Disney movie that came out just like this past weekend. You guys didn't know about it or didn't know that it got released.
It's
well,
the
Elemental.
It's Elementals. Yeah, I knew about it.
Yeah, but there's no one. How much did that make?
I don't know. She-Hulk.
Right,
That was a
yeah.
horrible show.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
so horrible. It's like a train wreck. Like I couldn't stop watching it, and I'm like, the show sucks. But next week, I'm like watching. I'm like, this show still sucks.
Well, you're just hoping that it gets better. You know what I mean?
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
it's just
constantly
like
thinking.
it's just like any Star Wars. Like you're like, all right, and you're like,
yeah.
Yeah. So right. Wow. I'm looking at Elemental. It didn't even make top 10. Top
Yeah.
20? No. Where the hell's Elemental?
I think it releases this weekend.
Oh, it releases this weekend. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought it got released already.
No.
Yeah. Scott said they should have opened a Star Wars hotel, like Art of Animation, like just do like an animated Star Wars hotel. It doesn't have to be live action, Clone Wars, Rebels.
I don't know. These guys are just, I like I said last week and today, they're not making it great for Star Wars fans. I mean, they're just ruining it.
Yeah. Collecting Cool says they are taking a 350 million loss on Star Cruisers. They lost plenty more than this in the past. They aren't selling Star Wars. Hulu is going, and the content moves to D plus as is in Europe. Okay. I mean, it's gonna be interesting, like how things play out in the next year, But can we all agree that like they're not doing as well?
Oh, they're definitely not doing as well, and I mean they're going to have to make a big move, regardless whether it's Hulu or Lucas. Like, I mean, we don't know what that contract's written up either.
Well, no, that their shareholders, shareholders are taking a crap too. So
yeah,
I mean, they're ultimately suffering too because they're not making any money.
Yeah. And do you think that Indiana Jones, because we were talking about Indiana Jones a lot, is because it's Lucasfilms, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that Indiana Jones is going to make the money?
No.
If Guardians is still struggling and Guardians was good, I don't think Indiana Jones is going to hold up.
Yeah. And Guardians had good reviews beforehand.
Like the first 2 weeks of Indy might do fairly decent just because it's piquing people's interest. But then after that, I think it's going to fall off hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You'll see it on Disney Plus in a month. And a half.
Yes, Jeff says I'm going to wait for Last Indy to come to Hulu. Isn't that a shame?
Jungle Cruise is probably going to be better than Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't Jungle Cruise make money or they didn't?
They released on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Because that was during COVID.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. No, listen, I like Disney. My wife is a Disney head. I don't want them to be, unsuccessful, but at the same time too, we just want good content.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, from what I've been watching and seeing and observing, they haven't been doing that. Not only with Star Wars, but with the Marvel movies.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel, I mean, ever since Endgame ended, dude, Marvel hasn't been the same.
Russo brothers aren't there writing anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, is Kevin Feige even helping? Is it just too much for him? I don't know.
He is, but you have all these different writers. You know what I mean? And then I think you have those execs, like what Dom was saying, that they're, hey, you got to fit this in here and do this, and that kind of thing. And I mean, look at She-Hulk. That was a wreck too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
She-Hulk was I think the worst Marvel movie that came out or content was Thor: Love and Thunder.
That Thor was rough,
Dude,
right?
that
I
actually
mean, right from the opening scene, you were like, "What the hell is
dude,
this?"
they incorporate goats, and mind you, the goat joke, the goat memes were so like 2008, man. You know, and the goats hollering like pretty much the whole movie was painful. But I guess yeah, that's it, right? Like I think a couple things before we log off. There wasn't really much stuff that got released in Star Wars products recently. Um did what the heck? Someone's
Yeah, what is
I
that?
hear
Is that
is someone's something chattering? Sean, is that you
Hmm?
chattering?
Me?
Do you have like something
something's vibrating like
It's not my phone.
okay. It's definitely not me.
It's not me.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
weird.
Okay. So I'm trying
Is
I'm
it?
trying to look.
You guys here? Let me see. I'll mute myself. No.
Eh, let me mute you for a second. It was
Yeah.
Sean.
Yeah, it was a stone. Yeah,
There you go.
that's
Is that
weird.
better?
No, I don't know what it is.
That is
Yeah.
weird.
Is it your table?
I don't know. Nothing's on my table. I don't know.
Yeah.
His
You
teeth are
just started
chattering.
happening.
He's cold.
I know. I thought it sounds like someone's chattering. Okay.
What was
Anyway,
that? Yeah, now it stopped.
now it stopped.
I don't know.
That was weird. All right.
Okay. So anyway, Bottleneck Gallery released this.
Mm,
Did anyone pick this up?
No.
negative. It looks good because
I
I love
wanted
Maul.
to pick it up so bad,
Maul
but
and Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon. It does,
dude,
yeah.
it's a big boy. 24
Yeah, that's
by 36.
Yeah. I usually try to keep the prints to 1824.
I couldn't do it, man. I have too many prints. I have too many
Yeah.
prints. So
I have them on the floor. I have some over here, some over there.
Got them everywhere.
Yeah.
Scott Sharp says my brother loved that.
Yeah,
My brother-in-law
what?
loved the last Thor movie. What an idiot!
An idiot.
Oh my goodness, Scott. And then I think what else do you have to talk about? I think that's it, right? That was
We've got our batch pickups, but I don't think we got anything.
yeah. Oh, the only thing to pick up I got is the Boba Fett sideshow Boba Fett. The from the Mando, the acid damaged one.
The statue?
Oh, the bust?
Yeah, the bus. No, the statue.
Oh, the statue.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's
You got that in, or you or it's not released yet, right?
yeah. No. It's released. Here, I'll show it to you. I got it from off the rack.
But it's still in the box.
No. It's shipping. Well, it is still in the box. Hold on.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
So here it is. I'll show it to you. I got it for this one, the premium format.
Oh yeah, I got to see that I got to see that at ICC. That thing looks pretty good.
Yeah.
We saw that celebration.
Yeah. I couldn't help myself.
It's a great statue.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with Dad bod Boba.
Yeah.
The sculpt looks good on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Love and Thunder was the worst Marvel movie, one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Yes.
Yeah, it really was.
It was really brutal.
Yeah.
But all right, guys, we're close to 2-hour mark. I told Sean and both Sean's that I was going to try to do an hour and a half. That didn't obviously never. I always jinx myself by saying that. Just want to say thank you to everyone, watching and listening. Listen,
Yeah, man.
It's a great topic to talk about. Obviously, a lot of people are talking about, what's going on with Disney. All I'm saying is that I just want Star Wars to be great again. That's it. That's all I want. I want it to be successful. I want good content, well thought of content, and bring the old Republic, guys. Bring the old Republic. So, we'll see. Also, a friendly reminder. Once we hit 1,000 subs, we're going to do a Hot Toys giveaway. We're giving away a Hot Toys Shore Trooper Squad Leader, and we only want to give it to our supporters, honestly. So, we'll give that info pretty soon. Once we hit 1,000 subs, we'll do something nice. Thank you again to Sean Stone for hopping on.
Yeah, man.
It was a lot of fun, man. I always have a lot of fun with Sean Stone.
Yeah.
Nilda, we'll miss you. Thank you to Dom for hopping on
Get
the
well,
show as
Nilda.
well, giving us the insights. And yeah, Sean, another one in the books, man.
In the books.
So
do it again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Yes.
With the red phone.
Yeah. All right, guys. Have a good night. May the midichlorians be with you guys always and forever.
See ya.
Bye.
Strike me down with all of your hatred, and your journey towards the dark side will be complete.